everyone, it's Kate here, and in this video we will be doing a very Christmassy drawing, and we will draw a pine tree covered in snow. I will show you step by step how to do that with soft pastels. And before we begin, I wanted to say that if you still haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel for more artsy videos, and don't forget to like this video as well so that more people can watch it. And for now, let's begin. I have already prepared a Christmas tree covered in snow here on the side. So we will be doing basically a copy of this Christmas tree. And I have also prepared the colors that we will be using. As a reference, I'm not using any one particular reference. I just looked up pine trees covered in snow on Pinterest and just came up with one just to kind of understand how the light plays on the snow. But you can definitely use a reference photo for this, or you can use my drawing as a reference photo as well. But now let's get started with the colors. So the color of the paper that I'm using is gray. It's the usual sketchbook that I'm using by Arteza. And let's go through the pastel colors of our soft pastels. So I will be using dark greens. Some of them will be cooler, some will be warmer. So these are the greens that we will be adding to our branches of the pine. Then, as a main color in the shadows, not the one, this one, as a main color of the shadows, I will be using dark blues. So this is a grayed out blue, and this is quite a bright dark blue, but it fits perfectly well within our color scheme here. Next, we will be doing snow through blues, and blue is going to be predominantly in the shadow. So we will be doing snow cool in the shadows and warm in the lights. So this is going to give us that feeling of shape and make it look three-dimensional when we use warm lights and cool darks. So I have prepared a couple of blues for my shadows. And basically I'm going through a darker grayer blue into a kind of brighter sky blue, and then all the way into light yellows. So this is the gradation that I will be using for my snow. Again, from a grayer blue into kind of a sky blue. Then we have a gray blue again, but very light, a very light yellow, and then kind of a more intense yellow just to give it a bit more warmth. And then of course I will be adding just a tiny bit. This is white, which is dirty. I'm going to put it here. So this is white just to give that kick on a couple of the branches that we have here. So now I'm going to clean my hands just to make sure that I don't smudge anything. Waiting for my hands to dry as well. And we're going to start with our dark blue. So this is the dark blue color, and I will start and create the rhythm of my Christmas tree. So I'm trying to kind of capture the way the branches grow and where they actually show through the snow. It doesn't have to be, if you're using a reference photo, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to copy the tree completely. You just try to capture that rhythm that you see in the Christmas tree or in the pine tree. And you add the dark blue into the areas where we have branches. We have some branches poking up from here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to gently blend this, because I don't want my blue to shine through as intense. I will just blend it, and then we will layer greens on top of it. So I have another blue. This is the gray one, and I will just dull my dark blue in places. Just to take away that brightness, because usually branches will be in the shadow part and they won't be bright. Okay, so now again we can gently rub it together. Just don't go out of the contours of the tree. You can always fix it with an eraser, for example, but it's best if you stay within the contours of your tree. So now that I have my shadows on my actual branches, I still don't have the snow in place, but what I want to do is I want to add those greens. So I'm going to take my darker green, and this one I'm going to apply. This is dark green. This one here, I'm going to add it into the spots where I kind of want more shadow to appear. So this is going to give me that dimension, and still it's going to look colorful. Again, we can blend this slightly, very lightly together. And then with my brighter green, I'm going to go on the other side and add those branch accents over the top. So in the light, I want my branches to be brighter and greener, even though we will have our dark blue showing through, because still in the branches inside, even where it's light, there are some areas where it's going to still get kind of dark from the shadow of the snow that's kind of piling up on them. Okay, so now we have kind of a shape of our tree in place, and we can start adding the lights. Why didn't I add the lights immediately? Because when you're adding lights first and then you're adding darks over them, it's very easy to create mud. So when you mix pastels that are too light with pastels that are very dark, you're going to create mud automatically. So you need to work from darks to lights better, so that you apply your lights over the top, and they should be softer than the darks that you have, so they can layer over them in case and not mix with them. So also another tip here, you could use a spray fixative. You could spray this whole drawing now. It would make it even darker, which is okay for us because these are the branches that are in the shadow mostly, which is cast from the piles of snow on the branches. And then on top, we could work with our lights without any smearing going on. Almost any smearing. So now I'm going to clean my hands because I have my hands very dirty. And we're going to start using our lights. So I'm going to start with this. Actually, is this one. So this is the darker of my blues. And I'm going to apply this color onto the snow piles that are actually in the shadow. I'm not using heavy pressure here. I don't need to use heavy pressure. And also the same color, I'm going to add, if we're having our light source coming from this side, so we will probably have a shadow here. And again, what I can do is I can smudge it lightly. Okay. Next, I go into my next value, and I'm going to add some lighter bits to my shadow of the snow. So the closer we get to the light source, the more light it's going to capture, because you have to remember that these snow caps, they are actually 3D, so they will still capture some light even in the shadow area. Okay. And here I'm adding the same blue for the shadows in my light area. Okay, so now we have everything that looks kind of flat, right? How do we make it look more realistic and more three-dimensional? So I'm gonna take my yellow, clean my finger, and with this yellow, I'll start adding those lights on the light side of our tree. Again, don't use a particularly heavy pressure. Here, I'm also looking, maybe some of these snow caps could capture some light also in the shadow here. And you can already you can already see how much more realistic this thing looks. So everywhere that I see light, I'm adding this light yellow. And it's okay that it's bright, we're still tapping it away slightly. Here on the tip, I wanted to capture more light as well. Okay. And also here, maybe there's going to be a part. It's actually going to touch it. Next, I'm going to add this grayish blue in places over my light yellow. So here, for example, where we have the shadow. This is going to be the snow color fading away, and this is going to be the shadow of our tree. Okay. Kind of passing over in some places to unite it with the blue more. And also, if I want to add a bit more light to my shadow, where it might capture some more light, just a bit. Even if it's in the shadow, it's still going to have this light and dark happening in it as well. Okay. And now what we have to do is we need to add our whites that are going to give that kick to our tree. So here I have a white, and I'm passing over my yellows. In this case, they're gonna mix together. Cleaning my finger. So I'm not adding it everywhere. I'm adding it in places where there could be more light happening. Maybe here there's light shining through. Like so. So here, if it's capturing some of that light, like so. And you still see this white, it mixes with our blues and yellows to create that beautiful contrast between lights and shadows, and at the same time it's not going to look flat white. Okay, so now what we can do, if we went too much into our darks, we can come back with our dark blue and correct that shape. For example, here I want more the branches to show through, as well as here. So we're kind of juggling back and forth between lights and darks. And here I'm going to even darken the snow up by the Christmas tree, by the pine itself, so that it creates that kind of grounding effect, grounds it to the floor. We can also take our green and just add it in some places, especially where the shadows between these snow caps are. I'm going to clean my finger and I'm going to gently blend, or actually I can even use a blender stick. So I can gently blend that snow together just a bit more. Just to create the appearance of flat snow. And if you blend it away too much, you can always come back and add those highlights. So, and remember that the closer to us it gets, the lighter the snow is going to be. So here I have my white mixed in with the dark blue. And here I'm adding some of that grayish blue as well, just to add the appearance of the tree standing on the surface of our snow. You can also go with an eraser and correct some parts if you smudged out of the lines. So you would need a sharp eraser for this. And one of the most important things is to actually look for the direction of the branches, how they grow. So in this case, they're growing kind of downwards. Just adding a bit of those yellows back in here, because I really like how they sparkle with the blue. And some of the lights capturing here. And that's it. We have our pine tree all done. Thank you for watching the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you have learned something very useful in your winter landscapes. And don't forget that you can check out more tutorials on mypastelschool.com, and also you can download a free ebook from there as well. For now, I have to say thank you and bye, and I will see you very soon in a next winter themed tutorial. Bye!